I want to start with a team that currently sit 5th in the table in Borussia Dortmund as we welcome in Kasey, Keller and Steve Cherundolo to the show. Steve, farther it goes, they get a win and then they lose. We kind of knew this. It wasn't just about the personnel. So I suppose the question for Borussia Dortmund fans going forward is, does it matter what coach you have to get the best out of the players that are currently within this squad?
Absolutely. I think the coach is extremely important, and I think it's important to match up a coach's qualities in their locker room or on the chalkboard, but as well as his personalities have to go along with the club's philosophy. And so I think that's key moving forward. They need to find a coach that fits this team, because it's going to be a lot less expensive in order to go change the entire team and try to find players who will match the perfect coach. So it's really, really important that they get this next decision right.
Who, Steve, if you were in charge, who would you bring in?
Well, I honestly, I think Jesse Marsch will do a fantastic job. I think he has the right mentality. I think he has the right energy levels for a club like Borussia Dortmund. He certainly has the Champions League experience now through his run with Salzburg. He understands how the Bundesliga works with his time at Leipzig. And I think it's a fresh face, and I think that's what this team needs. I think it's a fresh person, a fresh face. And I think he would, knowing Borussia Dortmund very well, having done some shadowing work there last year during my UEFA Pro license, I think he would fit in there like a glove.
Does this fit work for you, Kasey?
I probably don't know enough. Steve obviously has a little bit more of the inside track on that. But for me, I think it might be too big too soon for Jesse. I'd like to see him maybe go to a mid-level club, prove himself in the Bundesliga before he then would take over at a Borussia Dortmund. That's why I think you're looking at, or Borussia or Dortmund is looking at Marco Rose from Gladbach as a possible, even though right now the league form of Gladbach isn't matching the Champions League form. It's going to be obviously a lot of people are going to be putting their applications forward for such a prestigious club. But yeah, I think Jesse's an option. Obviously, Marco Rose is the favorite right now. So it'll be interesting to see the direction that Dortmund goes, because obviously they're not firing on all cylinders right now. There's something missing, and it's going to be up to a new manager to figure that out.
The one positive from that defeat was, of course, the first goal ever in the Bundesliga for Moukoko, becoming the youngest goal scorer ever in German domestic football, Steve. And we knew he was going to score because we knew all about him, but the quality of the goal was just something else.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's so young, but I have to say we've seen him do this time and time again. And so you're absolutely right. We knew he was going to score, maybe not in this fashion, but it's a lot of classic Moukoko. It's smart running inside the box. It's very goal-oriented, and his finishing is clinical for at that young of an age to be able to finish, that well and not need that many chances. That is extraordinary, and it is the reason why he's already making a statement for himself and getting games in the first team at a massive club like Borussia Dortmund is.
He's what, 16, Kasey? He could be your grandson.
My grandson, yes. Thank you. No, and he was unlucky not to have scored earlier, hit one off the post, in match before he hit one off the post. So really, I mean, he's proving himself. But I think the question mark is if you're going to challenge the likes of a Bayern Munich is doing it with tried, true, tested FIFA players of the year. Not a young 16-year-old. Now, and yes, the sky's the limit, but I'm just wondering if it's maybe asking too much of him right now, particularly with the absence of Haaland, and we'll see, how quickly he's able to come back into the new year.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.